What is going on? Greetings of peace. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to jump straight into it. So, there's a certain segment whenever a tragedy happens, they pretend to care about it, but in reality, they're politicizing it and they're using it for their own agenda. And whenever a black person who's a non-Muslim does something, the media will start calling them thug and using terms and attacking the black community. Whenever a Hispanic person does something who's a non-Muslim, the media or certain individuals in this right-wing Judeo-Christian Zionist media platform will start talking about the borders and stuff and immigration laws. And they'll start attacking immigrants and stuff. And then when a Muslim does something, even though it goes against the teachings of Islam, remember, Islam is perfect and Muslims are not, the media will start trying to blame it on Islam. So if they drink alcohol, you'll have people saying, why does Islam allow that act? Even though Islam does not allow that act. Let me give you an example. If X, Y, and Z is not allowed in the religion, but a Muslim does X, Y, and Z, you'll see the media or certain people in the media claiming, oh, Islam teaches X, Y, and Z, even though it doesn't teach X, Y, and Z. Nowhere in the Quran does it say you can go and kill innocent people, so I challenge anyone to bring one verse from the Quran. You cannot do it. Ali Dawah challenged Britain first, they couldn't do it. He challenged Tommy Robinson, a guy who wrote an entire book claiming Muslims can kill innocent people, and he couldn't even produce a verse because he's a known liar. And Lawrence Southern couldn't do it, and Alex Jones can definitely not do it because this guy's an idiot. Alex Jones claimed that the Quran says, this is according to him, that blacks, and remember, this is what Alex Jones says, that blacks don't have souls, according to him. I challenge Alex Jones to find one verse in the Quran where it says that, and also one verse where it says you can kill innocent people. Again, these guys are scumbags and they politicize stuff. So, let's look at his channel. I just googled Alex Jones channel, Canada Van Attack, and remember, Alex Manassian, he's not Muslim, but look at this. Alex Jones has a 2-hour, 47-minute, and 34-second show titled, Islamic Truck Attack Kills 9 in Toronto. Okay, and then after that he says, as Hillary calls for banning conservative speech. First of all, this is a clear-cut lie right here. Running over people with a truck has not, running over people with a truck, men, women, children, anyone, these innocent civilians have nothing to do with teachings of Islam. And number two, the guy was not even Muslim. Just like how a few weeks ago in Germany, a white non-Muslim ran people over, killed 3 and injured over 30. And I'll leave a link in the description. Alex Jones claimed the guy was a Muslim, and it ended up being that the guy was not Muslim. I have an entire video where I go on Fox News' comment section and Alex Jones' channel. First, I do an entire video debunking Alex Jones while playing clips from his channel, and then I go to his comment sections and read the Islamophobic comments his fans made. Again, they're just brainwashed right-wingers or alt-righters and Judeo-Zionist Christians who don't even know their own religion, and they're just backwards themselves, ironically, calling other people backward. But anyway, this is debunked right here. The guy was not a Muslim. So Alex Jones, you spread fake news while crying about fake news. You're a propagandist. You are a disgusting person. Now he has a video called Identity of Toronto Truck Attack Killer Revealed. Let's click on this and watch this and debunk this. Let's see the kind of liar this man is. He spreads fake news all the time. These people have to lie about Islam because it's the truth. They have nothing against it. Time and time and time again.
It's 7:26 Central Standard Time here on Monday night, April 21st, 2018. We have seen at least 10 people killed in a 1 p.m. Eastern truck attack in Toronto, Canada. Beautiful.
So, he's calling Toronto a beautiful city, even though normally he makes fun of places like Canada and California and calls people libtards and stuff. Let's see how insincere he still is going to be.
Great country. And our hearts go out to those that died and the dozens that are also fighting.
And now Alex Jones claims his heart is going out to those who died and those who are injured and stuff that are fighting for their lives. But we know Alex Jones is lying. If he actually cared about those people who passed away, he wouldn't be exploiting their tragedy that happened to them to fit his political agenda, which he's gonna lie on. So he's gonna use those people's debts and injuries and tragedy for his own exploitations. Because Alex Jones is insincere. Watch, he's gonna claim the person who did the attack was a Muslim, even though he's not, and then he's gonna claim that these attacks are the teachings of Islam, even though Islam goes against. Islam teaches you cannot kill innocent people. I challenge Alex Jones to find one verse, because we know when Ali Dawah debated Britain First, they lost. They couldn't find one verse where it says Islam can kill innocent people, because it doesn't exist. He asked Tommy Robinson, who wrote an entire book claiming Muslims can kill innocent people, and Tommy Robinson couldn't produce a verse. Then Ali Dawah also debated Lawrence Southern, and she couldn't produce a verse. But let's keep listening to what Alex Jones has to say. Again, this is the same goofball who claimed that blacks don't have souls. This is what Alex Jones said is in the Quran. And guess what? It's not there in the Quran. The Quran doesn't teach that either. So Alex Jones is a clear-cut liar. He's an Islamophobe. He cries about fake news, and he spreads fake news.
Fighting for their lives. I've got articles here out of the CBC, you name it, where witnesses saw this individual run over a woman with her baby carriage and run over the baby intentionally.
Okay, first of all, in Islam, we believe every baby is born pure and that they're born Muslim. So, you can't kill innocent people, so why would he run over a baby? That goes completely against the teachings of Islam. Or attacking a woman, that also goes against the teachings of Islam. Killing innocent people goes against the teachings of Islam. So wait for Alex Jones to just blame this on Islam, because you know he's insincere.
So, and this was intentional all the way down the street in front of a church.
Now notice how he's saying it's in front of a church to rile up his certain fan base who are Judeo-Christian Zionists, just to get them riled up and angry right here. Because Alex Jones is just another hate preacher.
Now, remember, we've seen hundreds of truck attacks in Europe, or the 10 truck attacks in Canada, the U.S. the last few years. In the Middle East, they happen almost daily. This is part of.
Again, he's trying to blame this on Islam, like I said, and he fails epically. I'm going to challenge any of Alex Jones's fans. Just put it in the comment section below, or Alex Jones themselves, where it says, give me one verse in the Quran where it says you can kill innocent people. You can't, so those truck attacks, therefore, are against Islam. But again, let's look at vehicle attacks and incidents happening. There's drunk driving, where majority of the people who are drinking or non-Muslims who are doing that. Then there was the truck attack in Germany a couple of weeks ago, where the guy was a white dude who was a non-Muslim, and Alex Jones lied and claimed he was a Muslim. And I did a video debunking Alex Jones, and then I also went to the comment section of his channel and Fox News, and we saw the Islamophobia. And again, I thought these were the Christians who claimed to turn the other cheek and love your enemies. There was no love. It was just full of hate and people wanting to attack people and stuff. But I'll show you the comments. Also, I put them in that video. The video looks at the comment section also and debunks Alex Jones. So I'll put a link in that in the description below.
Radical.
Also, there are truck attacks by, if you look at the statistics here in the United States where Alex Jones lives, and also in the U.S. where I live, if you look at the actual statistics, the biggest terrorists or terrorism attacks or acts or whatever are right-wing terrorists. This is a fact. So there's that. And then also, like I said a couple of weeks ago in Germany, the dude was a white guy, not a white non-Muslim, who ran over people with his truck and killed 3 people and injured 30. Then there was Charlottesville, plus all the drunk driving and stuff. So I don't know why he's trying to do vehicle attacks on a certain group of people. I thought he was against identity politics, but the right wing seems to love identity politics.
Islam, this is part of what's happening in the culture. And when I was in Toronto about a year and a half ago to speak at a big sold-out George Norrie event, beautiful city, never been there before. Took my wife up there.
His wife divorced him, and his wife knows he's a liar.
I noticed how glistening and like high-tech and like a space-age city, the most space-age city I've ever been in. It just looked like Buck Rogers. But there were Pakistanis and folks just out on the street on rugs, just sitting on the side of the street with no permit, selling things. Fine.
How would Alex Jones even know if they had permits or not? And this is most likely a false anecdote, because he's probably trying to claim there's an Islamic invasion, and he's trying to get his viewer base who are these Judeo-Zionist Christians, and some of them are just also with a mixture of white supremacy. Now they're getting riled up because Alex Jones earlier said this happened in front of a church, and the guy was a Muslim, and now there's all these Pakistanis and rugs in the West and stuff selling stuff without permits. Again, you can't sell stuff without permits.
But if Girl Scouts tried to sell cookies without a permit, they'd have their asses busted. So I just saw the giant Islamic influx. And I was talking to
I guessed right. Before he even said it, I already knew he was going to say it. These people's propaganda is so insincere and so predictable.
some folks that live in Toronto today, some journalists. They said they were flying in a month ago from England, and they saw all these Islamicists with chairs and a waiting area that were coming in as, quote, refugees, who were just allowed in as citizens, all had to wait 2 hours while this group was processed through and given sandwiches and coffee and everything else. But the citizens, they were treated like crap.
The false anecdote by Alex Jones. He's trying to make citizens angry, and he's trying to make them feel like they have a victim complex, and how everyone is out to get them, and even their own government treats them like shit, and they're treating the others better, and how minorities have more rights and stuff. Again, this is like during the civil rights when African Americans just wanted equal rights, but then certain white supremacists and stuff thought they were losing their power because they were losing their ability to discriminate. So they thought they were losing their rights because they couldn't be racist anymore. They lost the right to racism. So they were feeling oppressed. Alex Jones is trying to play that complex right here. He's using false anecdotes.
The UN runs the refugee program. Trump.
Oh my goodness. I have to pause this every second. So he's claiming the UN runs the refugee program. This is false. The US has veto power. All they have to do is veto something, and it will not happen. And also, countries like Israel, they don't follow international law, and they break the UN law all the time, and nothing ever happens to them. The US just vetoes on their behalf. America breaks international law all the time. Look at Donald Trump. What's it called? He's not gonna care what the UN says about refugees and stuff. Neither do the right wingers. They're just gonna start kicking people out. They do not care about a lot of people. A lot of people, if they literally want to get rid of legal immigration, but they don't want to outright say it.
Trump just pulled out of that last year, but every
The UN does not run the refugee program in the United States. All you have to do is look it up.
other Western nation has the UN running your internal refugee program. So here's the big news.
False. All you have to do is a simple search, and that's false. Go. Is that what's happening in Israel? No. Is that what's happening in the United States? No. Is that happening in Britain? No. All you have to do is simply search it up. This is another lie by Alex Jones.
Nice killed what, close to 100 people, and injured 200 others. Again, babies, toddlers running, being run over by this guy in the truck. France's response was to call it a truck attack. They banned Twitter and Facebook accounts that said the guy was screaming Allah Akbar. Once he got out of the vehicle and the tires were blown out by police, he began shooting more people until he was shot. God is great, Allah Akbar. You've got hand grenade attacks almost every day.
Well, again, it's ironic. That guy is sinning and yelling God is great at the same time. If he really believes in Allah Akbar, he shouldn't be killing innocent people. So why is Alex Jones trying to conflate killing innocent people with Islam when killing innocent people goes against the teachings of Islam? This is really insincere.
Day in Sweden where the Muslims set the hand grenades out so that the Swedes stop on the bike trails and pull pick it up, the pin's already out, and the lever's on the ground. You're like, what's this? Boom!
Again, Alex Jones is lying, and if this is true, and the authorities know who's putting it on the ground, why don't they arrest those people? How do we know it's not right-wing terrorists doing this, or a Christian supremacy terrorist group, or a white supremacist terrorist group doing that? If they know it's certain individuals, remember Islam is perfect and Muslims are not. If there are people who call themselves Muslims and they're doing this, arrest them. Why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they being arrested? Or is Alex Jones just making up anecdotes to rile up his crowd?
It is part of the jihad. It is part of the religion of Islam. And here's the thing: why?
Again, Alex Jones lied again. He's trying to blame this on Islam, and Islam goes against the killing of innocent people. Islam does not allow you to kill innocent people. So again, Alex Jones is lying again. All he has to do is produce one verse. He can't.
Why are they all trying to get out of their Islamic countries and come over here? I mean, if Islam's so great and so wonderful and so good, why does it create hell from Indonesia to Libya?
Okay, first of all, there are Muslim majority countries, but they don't have Islamic law. Second of all, is he really gonna blame Libya on? Is he gonna blame that on Muslims and stuff when Libya was attacked by a bunch of NATO countries and stuff? The irony. But I'm not gonna get into it. But notice how Alex Jones is using the tragedy of Libya to fit his own agenda, just like how he's using this attack to fit his own agenda. So whenever he wants to, because he's a right-wing shell, he's a right-wing propagandist, he gets paid by these Judeo-Zionist Christian organizations. Whenever he wants to attack left-wingers and stuff, notice how he'll blame Libya on Obama and Hillary Clinton. But now, to fit the agenda of this video, he's blaming it on Islam. So again, we see his insincerity.
And then every moderate Muslim country gets overthrown. It's not like people from Muslim countries.
He's saying something about Muslim countries overthrown. First of all you have to do is open up a history book and look how there is coups and stuff that the CIA does. That's all you need to look at. Or other countries get involved in other countries trying to puppet dictators.
Countries, a lot of them don't have high IQs. It's not like a lot of science didn't get invented there. Before Islam came along, 1,400 years ago, from the Prophet Muhammad, death and destruction comes before him.
Okay, here we go now. Alex Jones is trying to attack the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Algebra was made by the Muslim mathematician Al-Khwarizmi, and see how he's uploading his videos on the computer and stuff. And there's computers behind him. Those computers wouldn't work without algorithms, which again, Muslims, the Muslim person came up with algorithms, and then there's also Ibn Aytham who came up with the scientific process. So it's ironic how he's trying to make a mockery of Islam and Muslims and trying to insinuate they're uneducated when Muslims have done stuff for the scientific community. And remember, God's all-knowing, we are not, and Allah gives knowledge to everyone. So who cares if it's a Muslim or non-Muslim? That's discovering stuff which helps out humanity. I thought Alex Jones is against identity politics. I'm going to end the video right here because if we went on longer, this video would be over an hour, and we just saw from that short segment, from that long clip he had, how many times he lied. And the reason the commentary was so long just from a short segment of that full video is because every few seconds Alex Jones is just lying. So I had to pause the video and correct him because he's a known liar and he's purposely doing this. And we see that whenever a tragedy happens, certain individuals and organizations who are trying to spread lies about Islam will politicize events. So we saw in this case people in certain Judeo-Christian Zionist organizations and other Islamophobic organizations, they politicized this event and exploited people's tragedies to push their political agenda and their bigotry or racism or Islamophobia or whatever agendas they had, or a combination of all those hateful things they like to push. So in this case, they politicized the event and they based it off a lie because the person who did this was a non-Muslim. So whenever they realize it's a non-Muslim, they stop covering the story because they tend to have selective journalism. So a few weeks ago in Germany, someone committed a evil act and they ran people over with a truck, and the guy was a white non-Muslim dude. So you saw the media covering that disgusting act for a day, and once they figured out it was a white non-Muslim, a lot of channels like Alex Jones's channel and Fox News and stuff, they stopped covering it because they do selective journalism. They'll purposely cover certain stories and not cover certain stories, or they'll straight out spread fake news and complete lies. So we saw in this case, Alex Jones claimed the individual was a Muslim, while the guy, what we know now, and we have the information, he is not a Muslim. So again, Alex Jones right there, if you're one of his fans, you clearly saw him spreading fake news and lying. And I'm going to put a link in the description below from another video I did a couple, maybe a week or two ago, where I'm debunking another one of Alex Jones's lies, and he's lying about Islam and Muslims again in that video. For some reason, Alex Jones is purposely lying about Islam. Again, just reflect upon that. There's a reason he's doing that. But just remember, Islam is perfect and Muslims are not. And remember that Islam teaches to side with the oppressed and never the oppressors, regardless of race, religion, gender, ethnicity, and etc. Peace.